Good morning. I'm Jeannie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and you are zooming into business right to the north end of Wadsworth. And we're zooming in right down to Smoke Rice Drive to Liberty Residence. And we have a new executive director that we're talking to. It's not She's not all that new to Liberty Residence, as we well know, and she's not all that new to the executive director job, and she's not all new to Wadsworth. So hello, Bev Long, executive director of Liberty Residence.
Well, hello. Thank you. You have an awfully nice introduction. I try not to get hung up on titles. I try to, not think too much about that.
Oh my gosh. Well, Bev, you have been around Wadsworth for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Wadsworth, and we have a new marketing director, and that was one of the things that I had told her. I said, "You're just going to love Wadsworth because it's hometown, but yet big enough to have what you need," and that's really
Very cool. Yep. Hey, so anyways, let's get back to Liberty Residence. Although I could talk to you all day long, Bev, tell us about Liberty Residence.
yes. I believe we've been here over 30 years now, if you can believe that. So we were senior living before anybody else was in town or even in the county. Isn't that something?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mr. L had the foresight to build Liberty One, which is our independent, and we have 75 apartments. We offer meals, transportation, activities, weekly housekeeping, and there is somebody staffed in the building 24/7 should somebody need something in an emergency. We have 10 different floor plans, and so our pricing goes from 1,300 all the way up to 27. So we have what I feel rooms in all the budget,
Mm-hmm.
Liberty 2 is when you get to the next level, right, you need more care. So if you need help with med management, bathing, dressing, you definitely need that nursing oversight where somebody is just making sure that, you're getting treatments, anything like that. That would be Liberty 2, our assisted living. And we actually partnered. We're really excited because we have just partnered with Western Reserve Medical Group. That is our physician services. And honestly, one of the best things about the partnership with them is they can bring even more medical procedures or treatments to either building. They really themselves of having a very low readmittance rate into the hospitals. In fact, the Center of Medical Services just named them at one of the best physician practices, and said they had only a 6% study returning back to the hospital, which is phenomenal.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really super excited because one of the things, if somebody needed IV treatments or something specific that maybe we couldn't have offered or we couldn't get home care in, they have a nurse that will come out even on a Saturday night if a resident needs something in either building. And so we're pretty excited about having them on board. So yeah.
Very nice. Hey, what's unique about Liberty Residence?
Oh boy, I honestly just feel it's the staff.
Yes.
I have so many staff members that have been here a very long time. Housekeeping has been here 20 years. I have several caregivers that have been here over 10 years. Little Pearly girl, you remember Pearl?
Sure. Yeah.
And you know what? I think that says a lot, because that says that we're trying to do it right. But definitely the staff makes us special for sure. Honestly, I really feel like and maybe the other thing would be the environments. There are other communities out there that have independent and assisted all together in one building, and that's right for some people, but for some people that might not necessarily be a right fit. So sometimes it's nice to have two separate buildings so that you have two different sets of activities and two different sets of, a clientele, where you might have more conversation in one building versus the other. So I think that also, it makes us definitely unique in Wadsworth.
Now, Bev, I know that you love your job at Liberty Residence, but tell us, why do you love your job?
So, it's one of those things you don't realize what your calling is until, I would say, in like maybe your late 30s, early 40s, when you start like having conversations with your parents. And in my case, it was grandparents, where they ended up stepping up and helping both my mom and dad, because my mom and dad kind of were like the one kid that stood up and helped, their parents. And there's just a part of me that I just feel like I have made a difference if I've helped a resident, a family, a friend. It doesn't matter in what capacity for me, but I do know that any job that I do would have to be where I'm giving of myself, because to me, that's how I fill my love tank. I actually tell my staff this, that you can't give what you don't got in your love tank. So if there is nothing in your love tank to give, then you're depleted and there's nothing else there. So everybody has a different need to fill that. So for me, it's my family and the need to know that I've made a difference in helping someone.
Very cool. And I know that firsthand, yeah, Bev, and not only that, your staff loves you, and I know you love your staff, and you can tell when you go into Liberty Residence that that's the case. So how can we find Liberty Residence?
Yeah, so I mean, we are located in a lovely neighborhood on the north end of town. Smoke Rise Drive is the same road across from Walmart. So if you get up there to the light, you make the left, and it's about a half a mile to the right. Our Independent sits on the right, and then the Assisted sits on the corner. It's at 1054 Freedom. You can call us. We have websites. We do virtual tours. We have video tour. We can pretty much do, that was probably the best thing about COVID, I think, is that we all really learned to use our technology to the best of our abilities. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
So I out virtual tours all the time, and I feel like that's such a nice way to like get people to kind of go, you know what, that's nice, that's a good way to look at it. So yeah.
Oh, well, Bev, thank you for being there at Liberty Residence, because when people need you, and a lot of times it can be a planning thing, and sometimes it's an emergency thing where people need to put their loved ones and help them find a new home, and quickly. So thank you for all that you do, because you just never know what's right around the corner. And it's good to know that you're there at Liberty Residence. Yeah.
Thank you, Jane.
Oh my gosh, thank you for everything, Bev. We've been friends for a long time, and I so appreciate you.
Oh,
Yep.
I appreciate you too. It was so good seeing. I was like so excited that we're having chambers lunches again. I'm like, yes, it's like so good to see people. So you guys have done a great.
Isn't that the truth? Yep, to just see people again. So thanks so much, Bev, and we'll see you right around Wadsworth. Okay.
Sure will. Take care, honey.